All right, so I'm gonna try to put down a little history here, what I can remember, if I can get any of it straight. uh, so I hooked up with a buddy in about 1984, I think, and we started, goofing around with music. He'd been playing for a while, and we started talking about music ideas and stuff. And then in '85, I started writing lyrics, and they sucked, of course. Yeah. And in '86, I got an acoustic guitar and learned some chords, and wrote a little bit of stuff, and we worked on some stuff together. Just really, really crap, but I mean, we were just getting started, and I didn't really start doing much of anything until after I got out of high school. So after high school, then I started goofing around a little more on guitar, and I got an electric just before I got out of high school, and so after high school I uh, started doing that kind of stuff and messing around with keyboards and writing more stuff, and then I went out of state to work for a little while because I was uh, well I traveled around for a while, went to a couple different states and just goofing off, and and then decided to join the army, but I had to wait for I don't know how many months or something before I could go in. So I got a job out of state and just took my acoustic with me and wrote some stuff and recorded some stuff, and did that. But then once I got in the army, I I wrote a couple of songs and goofed around on guitar every once in a while, but I just really just didn't have time for it. And then as soon as I got out of the army, I just started going just full on. I was writing all the time, recording, and I mean, I still have some. I mean, have some really really crappy recordings from back then. Just my guitar and a tape recorder, and I think there's vocals on some of that, you know, but it's terrible. It's terrible. I didn't know what I was doing yet. I still don't really, but you know, but so in that in 1991, it was I'm not sure how many. It was after Desert Storm. I'm not sure how many months after that it was when I got out and started doing that. But from 1991 till 91 to 99 2000, I did about an album's worth of new material every year and recorded it. Some of it sounds pretty good, some of it's pretty bad. And I kept messing around with it and for the next, 2 or 3 years, and it kind of, I finally had gotten, in like 2002, I had finally gotten a nice little studio set up with really everything that I needed. I had all the instruments and all the recording gear and had moved into digital, doing stuff to digital, and I was just learning how to do all that and all the programming and the uh, MIDI stuff and just all this complicated stuff, and I pretty much just figured out how to do all that stuff. And I think I made a couple of recordings with some of that, and then I got robbed, and all my stuff was gone. And you can imagine how that would deflate you somewhat, you know. And then I got into church and got married and all that, and just was busy all the time. So pretty much didn't, other than just goofing around, uh, didn't really do anything for the next 15, 20 years, And so in 2019, that's when I did that little goofy rock and roll stuff that's on here, and I've just gradually kind of been getting back into it, and I'm not in a big hurry. It's not like when I was young and I felt like I had something to prove. Now it's I just have a need to do it, so I do it. So that's it. That's the entire history of my being obsessed with music. Well, besides just being a fan before that, that's all I really am now, is just a fan that messes with it. All right.